Uranus. Let me find something to prop my device up here a little bit better. I'm going to move you guys over here. It's going to be really disorienting. There we go. I always forget that it makes me rotate my device here in a way that I don't really appreciate and I'm never prepared for. Good to see y'all. So I'll take questions today if you've got them. Let's see. Hey Kaya. Hey Amal. Hey Amel. Hey Pri. Oh, you like my puppy? It's raised. Hey rice lover. I also love rice. Hey Freddie. Let's see. Venus conjunct the midheaven. Well, we're certainly loved. Excellent for reputation. Venus conjunct the midheaven. That's my internet connection going out. We just got Starlink yesterday, and it's already acting up. But Venus at the midheaven can be a very good thing. We do have to watch out for being too agreeable. It can be hard to establish a reputation where we aren't concerned with being liked. So I have to be careful about how nice we are with Venus at the midheaven. Alrighty, let's see. Sun conjunct Neptune in the 5th house. So Aquarius Sun conjunct Neptune in the 5th house. So the Sun conjunct Neptune can be difficult because we can be wrestling with identity issues. We may not know who we are. We may not know what we want. We're searching for what fires us up. And we may not be connected to our source of vitality, which is, very much our passion. So we have to really decide what we want to be. We get to make that up. We get to be creative about our identity when we have Neptune involved. And when it's in the 5th house, the consequences of how we create ourselves can have everything to do with our enjoyment of life, our progeny, what it is that we feel passionate about. So we can feel very disconnected and dead when we have Neptune involved with the Sun, and we really, really have to create who it is that we want to be. Neptune conjunct to the midheaven. That is interesting. We want to grow up to be creative. Or anything at the midheaven is what we look up at about 7 years old and we say, I will become that. I will be that. One day, that's what I will look like. And with Neptune at the midheaven, we want to grow up to be helpful, sensitive, compassionate, artistic, giving, spiritual. Neptune at the midheaven can make it difficult for us to decide what it is that we're going to be, because within that realm of Neptune, there's a lot of possibility and flexibility and unknowns. So once again, because Neptune is involved. Alrighty. Composite Saturn trine Sun. Yes. Excellent, excellent aspect to have. Plenty of glue, the right kind of glue. It's not too oppressive. We both feel equally committed. We both have the same vision when it comes to what we want to get out of the relationship, and what are the goals and the lifestyle that we both want to live. So neither one of us feels like the rules or the regulation or the commitment of the relationship is too heavy or oppressive or is asking something of us that we don't want to give. All righty. Mutual attraction synastry aspects. Well, we want to make sure that that on both sides we have um, we have personal planets in aspect to each other. We don't want to have it be one-sided, where we have one person's planets only an aspect to outer planets, or just distant aspects or icky aspects to inner planets. So we want to make sure that both of us have aspects from inner planets to inner planets, and preferably aspects from sun or moon to the angles of the other person's chart. All right. Saturn square the ascendant and the natal with Saturn in the 10th. So we tend to be a bit inhibited with that one. Because the ascendant is the first layer of personality, the first layer of skin. And when we have a planet that's about judgment or inhibition in aspect to the ascendant, we tend to be more closer, closed off with our body language, more inhibited, more conservative with how we approach life or how we show up. And there's more self-judgment regarding our look and how we should present ourselves. All righty. Mercury opposite Saturn. We always doubt ourselves and usually have a case of imposter syndrome when we have Mercury aspects to Saturn. And with the opposition from Mercury to Saturn, we can very much see that other people are blocking us or judging us or thinking that we're stupid. And we need to build up our confidence when we have Mercury in a difficult aspect to Saturn. We usually actually are smarter and more competent than the people around us because we believe we're not, and so we've worked harder and longer. But we need to believe in ourselves when we have hard aspects to Saturn. And unfortunately, we think we're an idiot when Mercury's in hard aspect to Saturn. Again, we're not. We need to look at the proof of ourselves, what we can really do. As far as the membership, I think you go to my channel and you're able to sign up, but I will put out a membership video that will make it obvious when you click on that video. I'll put that out sometime today, this evening or this afternoon. When you click on that video, you should be able to sign up there, and then we're a lot, and I'll put out membership videos a lot too. Let's see. Wow, you guys have got a ton of questions for me today. I'm only going to, again, my connection is going out. So there's a question, Sun opposite to Pluto and Saturn. That's rough. We're probably going to feel very squashed, probably experienced fire that was very, very difficult. We feel very diminished with an opposition like that, and as a result, can feel that we want to, for some people, they will overtly want to control others. For other people, they will feel overtly controlled. It depends on the sign. If the sun is in a more aggressive sign or an air sign, not Libra, or fire sign, then we can be the one that is more the controller. Okay, well, Taurus sun can be pretty forward. That's a strong expression of the sun. Um, but usually people with that opposition, they do feel very victimized. And when we have Sun or Mars aspects to Pluto, in this case we have a Sun aspect to Pluto and to Saturn, we have to be very careful that we aren't victimizing others. An attitude of, I'll get you before you get me. So we don't have a great deal of people that are really close to us in our personal life, and we have difficult sun aspects to Pluto, and now we have Saturn involved there too. It's going to make it very likely that you have a lot of expectations of others that they may not be fulfilling, and you want to be careful about how you communicate your disappointment in others to them, because it can be very alienating. Lincoln, Moon in conjunct Saturn. That's a tough one. If it's in the chart of a man, uh, it's a straight man, they generally have a really hard time with, excuse me, with having a partner in their life, having a woman in their life that has both the qualities of a mother figure and a wife, but also allows for some space or some freedom. Generally, people feel very trapped by the commitments that they make with that in conjunction, and they don't have very good discernment regarding who they should be committed to in the first place. So we can really suffer in commitment, feeling like we're dying of a life of quiet desperation. We need to free ourselves and cut our losses when we have that in conjunction, instead of believing that we deserve to pay a price, or that we can't get out of the commitment because we said that we would stay there. And if you're only somewhere because you agreed to do it and your heart isn't in it, it's not authentic anyway. We need to get out. Is Neptune sextile Pluto on a composite chart a good aspect? Yes, yes, there's nothing to complain about there. Venus opposite Pluto in synastry. Very, very attracted to each other. Magnetically attracted to each other when we have Venus Pluto aspects, Moon Pluto aspects, Sun Pluto aspects. But Venus Pluto does bring up a vigorous sexual relationship, which most people do appreciate, but it can turn into obsession. You have to look at what it is turning into in the composite chart, but that's a lot of magnetic attraction. My connection just keeps going out. It keeps going out. It's worse than the satellite. Starlink is worse than the satellite. How can this be? I don't like this at all. This is making me mad. Where's my question? Mars square Uranus in the natal. Is it similar to the opposition? It is similar, but we don't overtly see people outside of us as being the problem. We see most everything as being the problem, the environment and the people. With a square, we want to rebel against everything. We're just very contrary. Even if with what we're being told to do is good for us, we still go in the opposite direction because we're wired to be contrary. So we really have to look at what are our knee-jerk reactions when we have difficult aspects from Mars to Uranus. All right, I'm going to take one more question, and then I am going to have to go because my connection will not hold today, and I will be back tomorrow. Let's see. Mars conjunct Venus in the fifth house in synastry. Mars conjunct Venus in any house is really good. In the fifth, it's extra hot. Mars-Venus conjunctions are very harmonious when it comes to our sexual and social impulses being right on with each other. When one of us is going right, the other one is going right. When the other one goes left, the other one goes left. We don't have to explain very much. It's very easy to connect physically and socially. In the fifth house, it's very playful. A lot of that energy is going to be doubly flirtatious in the eighth house. Freddie, what is a Plutonian person? A plutonic person. That's somebody who has a lot of Pluto in their personality. So if you have Pluto in the first house, a lot of planets in Scorpio, planets in the eighth house, personal planets in close aspect to Pluto, that's a plutonic person. So tomorrow, I don't know when the live is going to be. When should the live be? Let me think about this. I have apprentice class at 1 p.m. Let's go live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, I'll schedule that. And I will see you guys at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Subscriber group, though, YouTube subscriber group. I'll put a video out so you guys have a link to subscribe to, and I'll put some content out for there. So I'm going to say goodbye before I cut out again, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific time.